Hi, Professor Marks. This is Sydney Schulhofer, and this is my Smart Notebook assignment, modules 1 and 2 combined together. This is my screencast of my Smart Notebook lesson that I downloaded from the Exchange. It's a pre-K through 3rd grade lesson on plants, interactive lesson. So first I'm just going to cover module 1, which is tools used, best practices, and improvements or changes that I would make and why. So basically, tools used, to be honest, I'm not really sure exactly, like there's no directions here for what they wanted. I guess if they wanted like somebody to write, I don't know if this was just like an image here with the word or whatever, or if the student was supposed to write anything on here or not, but that's a little confusing. Here is a drag and drop, so you drag the word over here. I would do it, but my computer is like just very like, it would freeze up if I did it, but anyway, you just like, I guess this is kind of like a pre-assessment type of thing, where you would name the parts of the plant, and so you would drag the part of the plant over to where it is. So this is really good for visual learners and hands-on learners, because instead of doing it on a piece of paper where they have this and just like drawing a line or like having to like reprint roots, they can just click it and drag it over here. Another thing that's used is you touch it to listen, so this is where sound comes in, and so you click the box and then it says like this part of the plant cycle, and then you click this one and it tells you the second part, so you click all of them, it tells you the 5 parts, and then also another drag and drop where you drag the picture into the right box and then it should make sense based on like what the recording's saying, so that's like a double whammy. I think that one's pretty awesome. Here you're using the information on this page to circle some answers on the following page. So I think the cool part about this one is that it is taking more than one subject, so you could consider this science and language arts because it's a poem about science and they have to read it and comprehend it and remember it for the next activity, which I already started on, but basically they read the question and then they go up here to the tool for the marker and then they circle whatever the answer is. So for example, what does the seed need to grow? Sun and water, and then they go through all of them and circle them. And I guess the teacher in this activity would probably just like go over it with the class, so they would circle it and then she'd be like, alright, do you agree, do you disagree, why or why not, because there's no answer key here. So this is just some of the things. I won't go through all of them, but that's some of the tools used. As far as best practice, I kind of went over the fact that it was very visual and good for hands-on learners. It gets the kids up and they get to volunteer to use the smartboard, which is pretty cool. And then like writing on the board, but not actually writing. I mean, they kind of are, but they aren't physically writing on it. So I think they'd really like that. But for another best practice thing, here is the link for teachers. So you click on this, you got to go to the arrow, but you click on it and then it pops up this document, plant teacher notes in Word. And this is like just, I guess, something that since I downloaded it from the Exchange, that the teachers can view like beforehand or whatever, but it's kind of just like notes on how this lesson works and like what each activity is about. Okay, so now I'm seeing I should have looked over this first, so now I'm saying on page 2, it's a writing activity for plant vocabulary. So that's what they were supposed to do on this page here with the notebook paper, which makes sense now. But anyway, so if I had to make some improvements or changes, I would probably involve an answer key. I know that's like another like next level step of like learning how to do that as a teacher. But if the students wanted to be able to use this one-on-one, or like without the teacher having to participate so much, I think that it would be good to have an answer key so that it would check the work automatically and the teacher wouldn't have to like go over it every time. I think that a lot of it is drag and drop, which is fine and good and stuff, but I think like maybe some other techniques could be used. But other than that, like other than like the answer key thing and like feedback, I think that that it's pretty well designed, especially for kids this young. So yeah, that's my first module. I'm gonna take a break and gather my thoughts, and then I'll start back up for module 2. All right. Alright, so we're going to do module 2 now. So this one is basically about how it was created. So I did just use mine from the exchange, but I played with it a lot and I watched the video on how to create it, and I feel much more comfortable with it than I did to begin with. But basically, the first thing on the list to show you what to do is to create text. So you can click from the arrow here to this text icon and click on it, and you can insert text here, which I just like chose that to type, but and then you can highlight it. If you want to change the font, you go here. My computer is a little bit slow. I'm gonna have to get a new computer before I go into the classroom on my own. You can change the size here, you can change the color here, and of course, like, this is just like a quick way to show you or whatever. I wouldn't like leave it like this, but you can make it match this or you can make it different. To insert a picture, you can go here to the images icon. Come on, computer. And then like I typed in flower, but I didn't get very good results, so I'm gonna type in tree and see if we get anything better. I'm so sorry, my computer is so slow. It took forever to download this software, but alright. I'm not seeing any pictures for trees. Okay, I'm so sorry. I don't know what is going on. If it's loading or tree obviously wasn't a good one to type in, I guess. But basically, here's where you can like make activities. You can upload 3D objects, which are pretty cool. While this is loading, I'm just gonna go back. And then of course here's the My Content tab. Let's see what else is going on here. Here is where you can create links. So the plant teacher notes are in here from the first page, and like, which is here. But if I wanted to like link this picture, I could go here and then go to the drop down menu and go link, or I could go sound. So if I click link, it's gonna come up and like pop up this website thing, this little like box where you can type in a website, and then like when you click on that icon, your mouse will go over it and it'll turn into a little hand, and that will show you that like it's a link, and if you click on it, it'll take you somewhere else. And that's just like a good like cue, I guess, for the teacher to know that like that's what it does. If you forget, or if you use it like one semester or 1 year and then you use it again the next year, like as a reminder that that's a link. If you want to do a sound like the other ones, the other page that was drag and drop, you can make a sound. So then you'd put like text like click on it to hear the sound, and so you would click on it and then it would say the sound or whatever. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, that would appear over here if you like added a file to it. Here is just like making it nice and fancy animation and like making it more transparent and stuff. So I guess like this is if you have more time and want to make it like really cool. Let's see what else. So I did text and images. Let's see. Okay, maybe this is how you can look for a picture if it's not on there. Alright, so the last few things that I want to mention is how to do a theme. So if you go up here to Format, Themes, and then create new theme, you can make a different theme, or if you go create new theme from page, then basically it will make like all the pages like this with the same background. So all these have this like teal background, and so that's how that was created. The notes thing, I already covered that, but I was talking about how this is like when you click on it, the notes pop up, and so basically if you want to go to here, and then you like link to something, and then you can add the notes here. Link, and then to a file, or you can do it to the object like on the picture. Another thing is if you want to go to the content tab, or to this tab here, go to my content and then drop down and go to add to my content. Then it's going to take this page and it's going to add it to your content file so that when you back it up, you won't lose it like when you log back into your notebook software, which is good, because if you lost all this work that you like customized to your own settings and stuff, like it'd be a real bummer. Oh, my computer is so slow. What else did I want to mention? It's still loading. I think I mentioned pretty much everything. Oh, I wanted to go up here, which like it's not going to show you right now, but these are also like if you aren't familiar with all of these, which like I'm still getting familiar with them, and like the more I play with it, the more I'll like come across things and be like, oh no, like I didn't mean to do that, or like awesome, cool, I didn't know it did this. You can go up here and like under view, insert format, tools, like all this stuff, it will drop down and kind of be like the Word, I want to say, version instead of like the icons. And of course, like if you need help, you can always just go to help here. I need to hurry this up because I'm like rambling on, of course. But anyway, so if you want to save it like to your desktop, I would make like my like smart notebook, whatever, and then I'd be like plant life cycle template, and then that's where you can save. After you save it or whatever, that's where you can add your keywords, so that when you go up here and you type in tree, if there's something about a tree, or like if you type in plants, then this will come up and it will be saved in your content. So that's pretty much like a very vague like overview of how to do it. I think Todd in the videos did it better than me, but I get nervous like when I have to like live record something. But yeah, I think I like I said, I think I understand it a lot better than I did to begin with, and I hope when I end this video it's not like 45 minutes long. But thank you so much. This is the last assignment, but I really did learn like a lot in this class, and you were a good professor for online. It was awesome. It went swimmingly, and thanks so much. Hope you have a great rest of your summer. Bye-bye.